YouTube, the MU6 here, and today I'm going to show you an updated version of my XYZ-Dragon Cannon deck. This deck is still in the process of being made or formed, so a lot of this stuff still won't be 100% probably good for any sort of competition, really. So let's get started. XZ Cannon, just to summon out XYZ-Dragon Cannon. Blackluster Soldier, just because he's broken. I added a few more cards, or dark cards, for his summon. Cyber Larva, I think there's 3, I took one out, same with Cyber Valley. Or no, there was only 2. Just for, some space, or for space for that, but just, attack and, send to the grave, and special summon one out, and you take no battle damage for the rest of the turn. Cyber Valley, usually use the first effect to, your opponent attacks, you banish it and draw one at the battle phase. Effect failure just for synchro summoning if needed, and to negate opponent's effects. Birdman, same as effect failure just for synchro summoning and to return one card from hand or field to hand, so maybe you can add to hand and normal summon, so maybe you can bait out something. Honest, because there's lights. Jinzo for traps, and he's dark, same as Birdman. Returner, just in case if you have a Jinzo in your grave, you can summon them out. For maybe if you would synchro summon or something. Weisel, this because you don't have any negation for spells or anything to get rid of spells. Jinzo does the traps, so Weisel's here just for like if your opponent uses Dark Hole and it would destroy your monster by a card effect, you can special summon, and once per turn, if your opponent activates a spell, you can negate it and destroy it. So he's pretty good. Y-Dragon Head and Z Metal Tank, these are both unions to equip to XZ Cannon. Usually don't use that, but just in case if there's like a 1900 like Thunder King Ryo, always just equip it and gains 400. I think this one gains 400, and if your opponent would use Dark Hole or something to get rid of it, you can always get rid of the union instead of the actual monster. This would gain 600 attack and defense, so that's good. Dark Hole just to get rid of any cards. Double summon, so if you have XZ Cannon and Y-Dragon Head, you can easily summon out XY-Dragon Cannon pretty quick, or if you have all 3 of them, maybe you can, one in the grave, you can activate Call of the Haunted and get them out pretty quick. So just to summon out your fusion monsters quickly. Burial, maybe you get a Jinzo in the grave, or a light for BLS. So I took out an Iron Claw because usually you would get out XZ Cannon, but there's not a lot of Honest is a fairy and its effects are negated, so unless you can fusion summon, you're not going to use it, or XYZ or Synchro, anything in the extra deck, so you usually won't use this. Removal for OTKs, Offstar Goblin just to draw, Call Down Id for graveyard shenanigans, Compulse, Mirror Force, Solemn Warning, and Waboku for maybe you're setting up for next turn, and easily go for your fusion. So that's the end of the main deck, 40 cards. XY-Dragon Cannon, this effect you discard and destroy a face-up spell or trap. So a lot of these cards, or pretty much every card you have to discard. So Returner or Jinzo, if you have a Jinzo in hand, you can discard it and then set Returner, so your opponent can attack it or crash into one, or no, your opponent has to attack it. So let your opponent attack this so you can get out of Jinzo. XYZ-Dragon Cannon, this destroys any card your opponent controls. XZ Cannon, this is special summon from the grave and discard one card to face down speller traps. Z Dragon or Tank Dragon, this is to destroy face down monster cards. Jessica Tester for any non-dark high attackers. Ancient Sacred Wyvern, just in case if your opponent has a slim, less, like you attack with, XYZ-Dragon Cannon, so that's 2800, then this will gain 1800 or 2800 because, his effect, so, that's nice. Black Rose is to blow up the field. Emerald, just in case you have a, XZ Cannon in your grave, you can easily special summon it, and maybe go into a fusion. Give you an Ant X, just for, deck thinning. A level change is to get maybe your Jinzo engrave, or light or dark. And Formula Synchron, you can go into this if you have a Cyber Larva and a effect failure. If your opponent doesn't want to, attack your Cyber Valley or something, you can always summon this, go into a Synchron. Maybe use Call the Haunted to bring out. Like I can go into a 6. I don't run 6s in here, but you can always run 1. So that'll be nice. So, holy crap, $200. Other cards you can play in this, Chaos Sorcerer, pretty much same effect as, BLS. Cyber Dragon, I took those out because usually you already had one on board, or we could have used Iron Call or Call the Haunted by time you would even come close. Cyber Valley, just in case you maybe more negation. Maxi, just maybe light swarms because they swarm or zombies pretty quick. Bird from a different dimension, I took this out. Really don't need it, but it comes in handy. Another double summon or Iron Call, and then Boundless Trap Hole. So those are pretty much the cards you would need for this deck. I looked and I didn't see any real machine type darks unless you would go into something else dark. I guess you could try Lance, will work good in this deck. I don't know what any of the forbidden cards like Land Stress or Chalice could work. There's one card that you, or MST would work. One card you have to look out for. What was it? It's a, what was it called? There's one card, this one, Imperial Iron Wall. This card you would have to look out for because you banish a lot, so that's one thing you have to worry about. Pretty much Imperial Iron Wall is the only thing that hurts this deck, but you can always use it if you already have, is it this one? Face up, yeah, you can always use XY-Dragon Cannon to destroy that if you have it on, or summon Jinzo, that's why Jinzo's in here. And also for negation, I think all of the XYs that use this cannot be special summoned from the grave. Pretty sure all of them can't be special summoned from the grave. That's the bad thing about this, but I ran 2 of every single one because if one's in the grave and you need it, you can always go back to it and not have to worry about that. So that is an updated version. Hope you like, comment, rate, subscribe, and V6 signing out.